But no, let's get into it. DNC, all right, you know what? Fine. We're not going to talk about the game. All right, let's just get into it. DNC, I don't get Neil's underlying hate of adding good players to our teams. Okay, let's get into it then, everybody.
Oh, God.
D-Mac, you and I kind of have a similar vibe. You explained it to some degree. I am along the lines in your camp. Is it devastating to lose him? Obviously, it's devastating to lose a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Probably was the likely favorite. Found that next gear that we talked about this year.
We were robbed.
100%. It sucks. But when you break it all down, and Dr. Pierce will be here later on in the show, D-Mac, it was funny the timing of it all. We got back from the Golden State game and got back to the hotel and was sitting there eating dinner, and there were some of the Pistons medical team around. And they said exactly what you said. When they were looking at it, they said that some of the positive signs were that the bone didn't pop out of the skin. That was a positive. They said, and obviously they don't know, they talked about the nerve damage stuff, which is something Dr. Pierce talked about. They said it should be fairly straightforward in that they'll put the rod in, and then that's it going forward. And it's not career ending or anything like that, though it is likely season ending. But D-Mac, when you break this all down, here's what it is. And DNC and for the people like it, let's discuss it then, because I know everyone wants to run to the Madden trade machine right now and plug in their little trades that they want to do, not based in reality at all. But overall, you and I are kind of in lockstep. It sucks. It doesn't end the franchise. This isn't Black Monday, the stock market's not crashing or anything like that. They've already made a move. They signed Isaiah Thomas, a defensive end from the Bengals, from the Bengals practice squad.
Oh, great.
So they did make a move, okay? But with that being said, D-Mac, like when you boil this all down, they're what, 4-1, right?
Yep.
So there's 12 regular season games, hopefully 3 or 4 playoff games. When you boil this all down, he's not gone forever. He's gone for about 16, 17 games, and that's it.
No, I mean, and it's a loss. But what are you gonna do? And if you don't think that Brad Holmes isn't going to pick up the phone and knock on doors and see what he can do, but I don't believe and we talked about this before, with the way that he goes about business, is that he's gonna mortgage any of the future, which is how he's built this team, unless they believe, like they're in a position right now. Did we not all agree that this is if not the best, but one of the top teams in the NFL? Like our Super Bowl, we just watched them do, right?
Well,
Dallas.
I don't know, D-Mac. I don't know, because I did the pregame show with Sean on Sunday, and about the last half hour of the show, something popped in my head, and I asked the people, I said, what do you guys think of the Lions season so far? And people were just like, meh. And I'm like, meh. That was the thought process.
Well, man, because everybody thinks you got to come out and you're going to have that performance in week 1. Did Dan Campbell not pretty much tell us the offense won't be clicking until after the bye week? And then when they do, look at the plays. Look at the creation. The Sewell play, the offensive play that they ran it to him or whatever they've been working on since last year or whatever. No, this is right now. So as this team goes, if this team believes they are that one person away, if it's Maxx Crosby or whatever, then there's serious consideration to go for that. If they think they can get there without having to mortgage the draft picks and the capital, because it goes further than that. It goes to rookie contracts. It goes to where the draft pick. And I know it's got to be a late first round pick, but they got to evaluate and balance this. This is another conversation where you get to different levels. Well, they've gone to this next level, and this is a conversation they're going to have. And to me, whatever they decide, I'm good with.
Because here's the bottom line, D-Mac, for the people that want to run to the trade machine and the DNCENTs and everybody in the chat, let me phrase this a different way, okay? Like the Maxx Crosby thing. Say it's the Maxx Crosby thing. So when you run and you make that snap judgment and say, how about I phrase it like this, instead of saying it like it's 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby. Let me say it this way. What if it's 2 Terrion Arnolds and cost you a Liam McNeil?
Yes.
That's the cost of acquisition. That's not a snap yes decision.
It is a snap yes decision.
It's not a snap yes decision.
It is a snap yes decision.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is, because I'm trying to win a fucking Super Bowl. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl this year. It is a snap yes decision.
It's not a snap yes decision.
If it means two Terrion Arnolds and Aleem McNeil doesn't resign here, I'm fucking doing it.
2 rookie contracts that have proven to be very, very valuable, and it cost you Aleem McNeil.
Yes, I'm doing it.
That's not nothing.
Yes, it is. I'm doing it.
You know what, man? Like, I understand your and the people that have that opinion and all that stuff. But for you to sit there and say, "Oh, snap, yes," no.
Yes, I want to win a Super Bowl. You will not win a Super Bowl without Aiden Hutchinson on this team. You won't. He's your best player. You're not going to win the Super Bowl without him. You need to. And
you're not going to win it with Crosby necessarily.
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Why would you?
Adding Maxx Crosby wouldn't make you more comfortable about winning a Super Bowl?
Would it make me feel better about it? Yes. Does it cost me Aleem McNeil and 2 rookie contracts? No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I like winning a Super Bowl.
I like having the best GM in the NFL that flipped this organization around in 3 years, primarily, exclusively through the draft.
Exactly.
Then I want to let him cook.
He flipped it around. It's already flipped around. You don't need to keep flipping it. It's ready to go. You need one piece to win a Super Bowl.
My question to both of you is, and I love the passion on both sides, but are you good with whatever Brad Holmes does, whether he does something or he doesn't?
100%, yeah.
For sure.
Right, so you guys,
but you don't seem like you are.
Do you guys both
why is that?
You don't seem like
why is that? Has he done it yet? Has he made his decision yet?
No.
Okay, so why would I seem like I'm not okay with it?
Because you're giving that vibe right now. If he doesn't do anything.
Because I want to trade for Maxx Crosby.
If he doesn't do anything,
I ride with Brad Holmes. Go for it.
Then you're fine.
Yes.
Then what are we talking about?
We're talking about what I want to do. It's my opinion. It's a sports show.
That's the best.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, any option is good in the future for me, so I'm always right. This is what I want to happen. If he doesn't do it, okay, I still trust in Brad Holmes, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't want Maxx Crosby on this team.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like 2 rookie contracts and Aleem McNeil is nothing.
It's not nothing. It's Maxx Crosby. Is Maxx Crosby nothing?
No, I'm saying that's not
Super
nothing
Bowl
to give up.
This is where we're at.
Okay, you're guaranteed to win the Super. If Maxx Crosby comes,
you are the Super Bowl favorite. You are the Super Bowl favorite.
Guaranteed, it's over.
You are the Super Bowl favorite if you get Maxx Crosby.
There's no first-round picks the next 2 years, which are the 5-year rookie contracts. By the way, there's none of that. And Aleem McNeil's gone.
So there, you guys are having the conversation a little bit more heated than what's going.
But Brad Holmes this is what it is.
No, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are having the same conversation. Is Maxx Crosby get us a Super Bowl? Right? Because if Maxx Crosby, that one player that organization believes puts them over the edge to win a Super Bowl, then they're going to have that conversation. Then they got to break down of what it costs and whatever. And then when they come to the end of it, is the rub worth everything else? So this is what great teams have. It's the same thing as, what do you think San Francisco and all those other with the moves that they make, the trades, who are the teams making all the trades, LA back in the day, the Rams and stuff like this. To Spenny's point, you have elevated to a next level, right? Because if you ask anybody in this league that has watched the Detroit Lions or whatever, not think that they are a Super Bowl loading team, which Final Four, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So then you got to say, because if the answer is this guy puts us over the edge, you have to go get him. It's a Dominic Hasek thing.
And do I think they're going to get Maxx Crosby? No. Even I think that's a little far-fetched. I don't think the Raiders are going to trade him. But am I saying no to him for 2 firsts and Aleem McNeil, which you'll still have Aleem McNeil for this run? You just won't be able to re-sign him? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
if you trade for Maxx Crosby, you win the Super Bowl.
I think that you're in the marked Royal camp right now, Neil. So if he does make the trade, you okay with that? Because you sound like you're not. I'm not saying that I'm not okay with it. I'm saying it's not trade machine, your fantasy league. Like it's not. Right. It's not just something that you.
Let me help you.
Yes.
What you're saying is, guys, did you look behind the curtain to see? I'm just familiar with what the repercussions are to making a deal like this, and it goes against how he's operated for the past 3 or 4 years. But to Spenny's point, you're in a different position than you've ever been in, so new conversations have to happen. We just think like trade this, that. You're telling us, guys, this is what it means if you do that. It could be a Arnold and a this and a that. And if we're all, you're either good with it or you're not. And I think that everybody, because it's Super Bowl, right? That's the question. It's Super Bowl loading. Like really like over the edge loading. And so we'll see. I don't think, because I think that the asking price will be a little too much, But if there's something to be done where it works out, where even you'd say like, oh wow, that's the deal that I think they're gonna make. And I'd be looking at, is there a guy under Maxx Crosby that wouldn't cost you?
Which we'll get to in the next segment, D-Mac.
Yeah,
That's a
like
great
There's
segue
plenty of
on
options.
your part. There are a ton. There are more options than we even think that there is.
Yeah.
And we are going to get into that next. And again, Mike G, the best squad we've had in years. We can't be cheap now. This is what, see, if Spenny, here's the problem I have with it. You know, and you're a reasonable man.
Yes.
And you say, if he doesn't do anything, I'm cool. I'm cool. You weren't always like that in the past, but you are
I wouldn't
now.
be happy with it, but I believe in Brad Holmes.
So I get the feeling that there's more Mike G's out there than there are you out there. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because, and Aiden Hutchinson is a defensive player of the year loading this year. And Mike G and you people, I asked for a little more, and guess what we got? More. And I liked it a lot. Now, with that being said, still, even Hutch, even Amon-Ra St. Brown, the most dangerous weapon that this organization has still is Brad Holmes with a draft card handing it to the commissioner. It's been proven time and time and time and time again. Gold jackets loading, all of it. It's been proven. I just think that a lot of people are being very, very flippant about 2 first-round picks and the money it takes, possibly costing you a Lee McNeil or somebody of the like.
And I get that, Neil.
People are being flippant about it.
I'm in the same camp because once again, the answer lies in the middle. And I know we up against a break, but the answer truly lies in the middle with this team. They don't need to react out of desperation, but at the same time, you have to look at this thing logically. You have lost both of your starting defensive ends for the season because we just totally forgot about Marcus Davenport. And hell, even if you want to throw Kyle Pecco,
we never knew him.
Yeah, well, right? But even if you want to throw Kyle Pecco in there, who is somebody that contributed over the last couple games, he's gone for the year too. So I do think that a move needs to be made there, but also I don't want to mortgage all the future because that is your GM's best attribute.
Well, Ethan Roselle, we're contenders. Make the trade, time to go all in. And you're going to tell me go all, quote, all in?
Because look, I have no problem going all in, but we do have to look at the other side that if it doesn't work. If you go all in and they don't win the Super Bowl,
then what?
Then we got a lot more questions.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the only thing. But
And you have Aiden Hutchinson and Maxx Crosby next year. Oh, darn.
Okay. But then, like, when that starts to take its toll on your interior defensive line and you can't re-sign, when you look down the landscape of the roster and you can't make those moves with guys that have been in your system that have taken you to this point.
Yeah.
Taking you to
Yes,
this
for
point.
sure. I believe in Brad Holmes to make draft picks to fill those holes.
Well,
in
he
the
won't have any picks.
Oh, he won't have any picks at all ever. He's not going to have any picks in the draft. We haven't seen second, third, fourth, fifth round picks that Brad Holmes has made come in here and be starters. If you have Aiden Hutchinson and Maxx Crosby, you don't need guys to be transcendent players.
You get the 5
Maxx
years.
Crosby is more valuable than a first round pick.
And Neil, I do agree with that, but they are at a point now where you don't necessarily need to keep adding young talent to this team. You have your guys that you want to lock up.
I think the bottom line is that are you good? It's are you good if they make the move and it fails, and they don't make the
You're gonna
Super
have
Bowl?
to.
What
be.
if Maxx Crosby comes here and gets hurt? Right? Are you willing to make that move and at that? And I think that where we're at, and you talk about windows with the way the rest of the team is built, this might be that window to make this move, the first one that he's had to make. But again, if he makes this move, he's going to know what it means for him. Down with whether it's picks, signing, whatever, it might change the whole. He might be going from algebra to geometry.
Yeah.
But that's what good teams do, right? And the thing I think that we all get here, in Holmes we trust. That hasn't changed to anything else. We're gonna argue about this and that, but at the end of the day, you have to.
Yeah.
He's got us to this point.